I go by she, her, they, them, and I've been a core organizer with the Chicago Dyke March collective for about almost 6 years now. Today we're having a community brunch at Los Candillas restaurant in La Villita.
We are a volunteer-led grassroots mobilization and celebration of queer, dyke, bisexual, and transgender resilience.
I'm a supporter of the Chicago Dyke March. I love it. I love Dyke March. As an intersex person who's also queer, I just felt more at home.
I actually had not heard of Dyke March until my first Dyke March, which was actually last year. And I liked the political atmosphere of it, and I liked that it wasn't as saturated as general pride events were with politicians. Going to Dyke March was a stark contrast.
We transition the march every 2 years to a different community, and our goal is to transition the march to a community of color to bring visibility for queer and trans folks, primarily of color, Black and brown queer and trans folks.
We're really excited about La Villita because there's just a lot of really cool organizing happening here, especially with OCAD, Organized Communities Against Deportation. We have core members who are really tied to this community, and that's a big part of how we decide to move to a neighborhood.
I'm a resident from Little Village, La Villita, and I'm also part of the Dyke March Collective. I'm also a longtime organizer with Organized Communities Against Deportations, an organization that supports people fighting their deportation cases. To me, La Villita represents resistance, visibility of the Latino community, Latinx community in the United States, and specifically in Chicago. I believe that La Villita is a place where a lot of great things are happening.
We're moving to La Villita for the first time ever, and an important part of that move is making sure that we've built relationships with the people who live in this neighborhood.
We're a neighborhood of immigrants. I think that it's important, right, for people like myself, for queer people, for gender nonconforming people, for the LGBTQ community to be visible in a neighborhood where we do exist.
We don't have any corporate sponsorship, unlike Pride, so we need money from our people. And I think the best way, any organization or any effort that's grassroots led and grassroots funded feels the most authentic, right? It's like the way that we keep it true to our people and not let it detract too much from who we're trying to represent and build with.
The hardest part is getting people who have the capacity and the time to help out with the march. We just need that backbone of more people to help plan.
We're really trying our hardest to make sure that folks of color are showing up and coming out for our march and making sure that it feels accessible to them and safe to them. There's just a certain safety that communities of color are going to have that white communities can't provide.
The people that we are marching with are some of the people who are most affected by police violence and the prison industrial complex. So what we do instead is we train safety marshals who can help keep our own community safe. We train them on de-escalation. We have medics that are trained. So we're just taking care of ourselves, and I think that's one of the things I love the most about Dyke March Chicago.
So I volunteered with Dyke March for a couple of years, and I am just in love with the event. I'm in love with the march. As a queer, non-binary person, I think that the space is really important for me.
Dyke March is a great space to put the feelers out there if you're just coming to terms with a lot of things about identity and gender and sexuality.
This is a day where we get to celebrate and be free and uplift each other. The fact that it's not just a celebration, but it's very political as well, is really important.
It is not a culmination of a march, but rather the start of something for queer people, gender nonconforming people, young people, the start for our neighborhood to be more visible of queer people.